Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan. And what do you mean there's a monkey on the show now? We gotta make room for a monkey? I'm Atlas Novack. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me today?
I feel like I'm the monkey. I'm Dino, the genetic marvel. As you can see here on my name, I am the old person in this show at this point.
At this point, from the start.
I mean, like, listen, soon we're both going to be old people. That's fine. Good morning.
Yeah.
Everyone. How are you, sir?
Last week was our 200th episode, and I was thinking, like, what happens if, like, let's say this show keeps going for years and years? And
why not?
As we get older.
You know, see, this is what I think people need to understand is that we do this because of our love for conversation and discussion and each other. No homo. Maybe a little homo. It's fine.
It's a little homo.
A little homo, sure. But it ultimately, that's the whole point of it, is actually just having a place to talk things through is one of the most important male, if not human, experiences you can have. And a lot of people, I feel like they don't get that opportunity. And that's what we do here, is realistically is going through things. And I love, it's funny. So we were supposed to have a guest today, and as
they got sick.
Life happens, they got sick, which you're like, yeah, that absolutely. And I'll be honest with you, is I've had a little homo. I mean, neither of us are small, but you know what I mean. So, but it's like I'll be honest with you. So my birthday was on Wednesday. It has been very active, more active than I'm comfortable with. I don't like to do stuff. I like to just kind of do nothing. It's a great way to lose weight. Do nothing. Don't eat. Don't do anything. Just sleep the whole time. You lose weight. It's great.
Katie is one of those people, like her birthday. So her birthday's in July. And this year she wanted like a Kentucky Derby theme. So like we're making mint juleps, and you got the like big fancy hats with the flowers. It was kind of a neat aesthetic, but it's really close to the 4th of July. So it's like that plus setting off fireworks in the backyard. It's pretty nice.
Why not? Hello, Victoria. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I am 45 billion years old. I was here at the beginning of time, and I will be here at the end of time, sir. But yeah, so like on Thursday, Thursday we have Mental Health. And my nephew was like, hey, why don't you come over? We'll grab some steaks, hang out. That immediately was insane. And I ended up canceling the show because I'm like, yeah, I can't travel. I'm hanging out. It's not gonna work. And my wife is like, are you okay? And I'm like, not really, but yeah, it's fine. You know, it was a good time, and I'm still recovering.
Like going to get steaks with your nephew like took so much out of you that you had
no. Then we went to his house, and then we started drinking, and it was just, and then he invited some friends over, and they were like, yeah, let's have a great time. And I'm like, no, well, nope. So he did send me home with steak, so I'm like, can't go wrong.
Okay. Yeah, there was my YouTube algorithm showed me the SNL sketch Forever 31. And I'm like, wow, it's starting to figure me out and what age I am, because like I'm watching it, and like the whole like fun of the sketches, it's like all the loose clothing and you know that sort of thing.
Learning to love yourself and be comfortable with it.
Yeah,
listen, I'll tell you this much is the best one of the best roasts I ever nailed somebody with was there were two younger women who were not only disturbing the show, but they were very close to the stage and then were talking loudly the entire show. So I went up, and as soon as they said something, I'm like, what's up, Forever 41? And they were like, how dare you? And I'm like, are you older? And they left, and I'm like, and that's how you do it, boys. There you go. It's just ruined someone's entire day.
Well done.
Yeah, so
yeah, totally. So we're doing it on the fly. I guess telling stories of
handling
how you adapt.
Yeah,
definitely. Or if I remember in the future, I'm gonna put the little clip of from Friends where they're like moving the couch. Pivot.
It's like, hey, you know what? It's this is the funny thing is that I like there's a lot of conversations that happen around the whole idea of paralysis by analysis, is where you're trying to think of how to proceed and you get just kind of locked into all the details and everything like that. At the same time, uh, the most difficult part to handle planning is the unexpected, and a lot of the time when people, and this is where like experience comes through and like you slowly get used to be like, yeah, you just figure it out, it doesn't matter, right? So like similarly with public speaking and comedy, of course, they don't know what you're going to say, they never do. So just because you missed your line doesn't mean everyone's like, ooh, he missed his line. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
Katie and I last night went to go see Dracula the Musical, which is a thing and is awesome. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram at Atlas Novack, you'll see some of the pictures from that where like it's a circular stage, so everybody is seated around the entire thing. And you had people coming in
like from the middle, like
not the middle, but every single direction. Like there's a thing.
I do like that.
Yeah. I was in a perfect spot where anything happening to my right, I had to like break my neck to go see. Not so much for Katie because she's more closer to the center of the row. But it was really cool. But there's a part near the end where they're like, all right, we're going to go kill Dracula because it's like getting ready for the final confrontation.
Of course.
And in the show, they add 2 more characters because in the original, it's Van Helsing, Jonathan, and the doctor.
Oh,
no, Mina's like the love interest, but like there's that threesome.
She's not a real character. Yeah, go on.
They do more with her in this show too, but
of course.
Anyway, so they had 2 more. There's like Mina's friend Lucy, her husband, and this like a random like he's like a bounty hunter from Texas. He's there.
I mean, yeah. Fair.
But there's a part near the end of the show where everyone's like getting their like, I'm getting my wooden stake and I'm getting my thing. He's like, good thing I brought this. And he's supposed to pull out a shotgun from this big trunk because we're on the train while they're talking about this. And he couldn't find it. So he's like rifling around in this trunk. But very clearly, like he did it on the fly. It's like, God, we suck at packing. Got it. It out.
That's how you do it. Tim says, I hate doing stand-up in the round. Hey, there's like, it is, if you're not prepared, it is very uncomfortable because you just feel people looking at your back. Like, I don't know if you get this, Atlas, but like, do you get a vibe when you feel like someone's staring at you? Like you feel, you're like, who's staring at me? What's happening here? Yeah.
I've only done stand-up in a round like twice, and it's first of all, pull up Cole's thing because it's great.
If it isn't fantastic foreheads, you'll be coming here soon, sir. You'll be coming here soon.
Yeah. So yeah, like doing stand-up in the round, I realized what you got to do is like almost like clockwork. You have to like move it, 1/4 things every few seconds. Like you do a setup, you turn. You do the punchline, also, you turn again. Like,
well, and this is the thing is though your punchlines can be elevated by random movement. So if you're like, and that's when I bam and turn right around, and people are like, ah, like there's like a lot
Bob
of
Hope style of it.
Yeah, there's a lot more to take into consideration. So it's a lot a different type of preparation. And also, like for me, I don't like it when people are staring like behind me and stuff like I don't. It makes me feel vulnerable, right? So
you get used to it after a while. I think for them, the way the choreography was like they made a point of like everything's constantly in a circle, so they're constantly like turning, and I think you sort of get the full experience no matter what. In one of the pictures, you see like these 2 curtains doing this. And at first I thought it was like, are they going to put those down and I'm going to be behind those? Nope. They use that for fucking trapeze stunts. It was amazing. Katie was like, I can't with these. I'm like, why? She's like, as a kindergarten teacher, I just want to be like, you get down from there. It is unsafe.
That's fair. That's fair. Murder mystery in the rounds. Yeah. So Victoria, opened me up to going to theaters and stuff like that. And I'm like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's weird. But like we have
That's
like
kind of the fun, you know.
well, and this is the thing is I like observing. I don't like being included.
Right.
I like to, which now this is going to sound horrible. I just like to watch. I like to watch and see and try and pick things apart on my own. And whereas like we went to a dinner murder mystery thing, where everyone interacted with you, and I'm like, oh, I hate this so much. So it was very fun. It was very fun, but I was like, nah. And the couple we came with, they were like, we've had an exhausting week, and I'm like, we could just sit here and have dinner. We don't have to give a shit about anything else. And they were like, no, we'll just keep to ourselves. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, I'm very okay with just watching. Like, so it's finding out what you're okay with too.
Yeah. One of the upsides of theater is like you never quite get the same experience twice. Like, you're not necessarily going to see the guy not be able to find the shotgun every time. There was one time where like Mina's character is having this big solo about like where she's like singing about like I don't want to love Dracula, but I can't stop myself. And as she's like coming down this like this ladder, her dress got caught on the thing, so she's like belting while like pulling the dress off. And where we were sitting, we could see it, but from the other side of the theater, you probably couldn't because it's around a corner.
Yeah.
I think Atlas should go to the Team Lab experience. What's that?
So Team Labs does kind of it's an immersive art exhibit. Let's call it that. Okay. So, but the thing is, it's done with like projectors and mirrors and LEDs and all sorts of stuff. It may trip you out. I'll be honest with you. So some of the pictures are me standing in like a 25-foot room that's covered in mirrors, and parts of the room have like LED strips coming down. So like essentially it's just infinity of lights, and then the lights will change and the lights will move, and like it's very, very well done. Super wild. But like also too, like, so they have this whole big room, and then there are curtains. And if you don't look for the curtains, you're just like, oh, this is just a big room. And they'll have like perspective things where like if you step on it, it moves. It'll have the lights will make it look like it's flat, but it's actually a slope, weird stuff like that. And then like movement, like so it's like bees going through flowers maturing, flowers dying, new flowers growing, and it's all on a giant wall. Really cool stuff. But yeah, the weird part was that they had a sign that they're like, please do not lay down on the floor and be mindful of other people. However, every time we went, like there was one circular room with angled mirrors everywhere, and then it was just a light show, just constantly, just like so crazy, like geometric shapes were happening with all these lights. Right. And we walk in and there's this lady lying down and she's like, I'm posing, and you're like, why are you being weird? Just they literally, it's for you. Yeah. At the same time, it was in a part of the Venetian, which wasn't, because this was in Macau. So we were staying like in one area. We had to walk across the street to the Venetian and go through the entire Venetian. And throughout the Venetian, like by the, have you ever been to Las Vegas?
As a kid, I think like the oldest I was like 14, maybe.
So in the Venetian, it has, number one, the roof is painted like the sky, and it's exceptionally well done, but it's also done with like a little bit of perspective. So you'll see like far away buildings and stuff like in the painting. Mm-hmm. And this is all like a shopping area. So as you walk through, it's kind of like, oh, I'm walking through Venice. And then it'll have like a canal that they'll have gondolas going through. Yeah. So it's very beautiful. And of course, weirdos lying down on the ground trying to get pictures of them like next to the canal. And you're like, that's why are you doing that? You could just take a picture. Just don't stop being weird. Right. So
the way you described it, because it's all like optical illusions, right, is the like don't lie down inside. I just love the idea of someone lying down because they're like, this is too much to take. I need to be on the solid floor.
I mean, there were a couple times of that too. Yeah.
Where they're just like overstimulated and they're like, I gotta lie down.
They actually had a really cool thing where because there were like science areas that were more for like you could go through it, but it was meant to have like school trips and stuff on.
Right.
Where they had like a giant trampoline and the universe was projected onto it, but it was interactive, so that they were like, you have to be over 12 to participate. And I was like, I'm over 12. And they're like, Get the fuck out of here, fatso. Like it was
I'm over 12. Okay, under 300 pounds. Shit.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So hilariously, as you jumped, it was to give you an understanding of how gravity works on a universal scale. So you would jump in, and all of a sudden, everything would start coming to you. But it's all done with lights. So but it's like lights from like 10 different perspectives. So you don't just create a giant shadow. You do that, and all of a sudden, everything interacts with it. Like really cool stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a really cool experience. Yeah, if you check out my social media, I have it all documented. It was very cool. There was one room with giant, I would like to say beach balls, but they weren't beach balls because they also had lights in them. So like they were giant rubber balls that were filled with air, but filling a room with 15-foot ceilings. So and you just had to kind of like squeeze through, and then like you don't know where other people are and they're pushing on balls. So like I'm lifting balls over my head trying to make sure that Victoria and her aunt aren't getting hit by giant balls. Like it was very interesting. Also, too, a couple people tried to push balls into me, and I just went, and they were like, ah! It was very entertaining for me. I had a great
time. So yeah, it's kind of like both any sort of like theater, stand up. It just kind of comes with the territory of like got to learn to improv at least a little bit. This also happened to me this week with teaching, where I have the seniors and the sophomores, and the guy who has the freshmen and the juniors is next door to me. So like I have his kids from last year.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the first unit I always do with the seniors is like your college essay, practical, kind of easy to do. And then you can then take it and go, I'm going to use this on my college application. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So I started my spiel on the second day of school, and they're like, we did this already. And I was like, you what now? And they're like, yeah, we did this with Mr. I'm not going to say his name, but like next door last year. And I was like, why? Well, shit. So what I said was, I already had this planned for today, so I'm just going to keep going and hope this is different enough. And they're like, okay. And that was it.
Yeah, see, that's a very good catch. Very good job. Be like, well, this is what our plan is for today. But you could also add, be like, then you guys should do great at this. This will be perfect. This will be perfect to be better, right?
That was kind of the implication.
Yeah.
And then afterward, I was like, hi, I think I stepping on another teacher's toes is I taught the thing you wanted to teach or already taught.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I stepped on your toes. I did this. What else did you do so I don't do the same thing? Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, literally, it was the very end of last year. We just did this because I had nothing else to do. You can just keep going.
They tried to pull a fast one on you, is what they. Oh, we've already done this, sir. We're already super smart. We don't need to teach us. We can have a day off.
They didn't even say like we want to have a day off. Like they were very supportive in their own right, where they were just like, yeah, not every teacher does it the same way. They said that to me, and I was like, all right, cool. So
interesting.
Yeah.
You might actually have people who want to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
My school is like I went in with my guard up,
as you should.
And I was like,
because this is basically the size of the Pentagon, right? With like 1 million children and all sorts of weird shit, right?
No, Atlas, he stepped on your toes. No, Cole, the term there is ate my lunch. Because like if I teach Frankenstein and the person after me also wanted to teach a Frankenstein, I went first. Like there's two names for it.
He ate my lunch. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But like in 11th grade, you take this big test called the SBAC in California near the end of the year. And so like a lot of 11th grade is focusing on that test. So after the SBAC, there's kind of nothing to do. So he was like, let's get a head start on 12th grade.
Sure.
So yeah, I just need to.
So hold on. It's freshman, junior, sophomore.
Senior. Other way around. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Yeah. Is it the other way around in Canada? Or
no, we just call it grade 9, 10, 11, and 12.
11, 12. Yeah.
Why would you like you guys? I love how you guys are like, I'm a freshman. You're like, I don't know what that means. doesn't that is not a point of reference, right? So yeah, but thank you for clearing up. I appreciate
it. I mean, we also like we'll say 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It's just kind of sounds cooler to. Do you get to take your students on field trips? Yeah, you can apply for those. I have no idea what it is I would want to be doing.
Take them to a play. Take them to ace the CB test. CBEST?
The CBEST. Congratulations. That's the test to get your credential in a subject.
Oh, because Nick's principal.
Oh no, sorry. That's for like the preliminary part to become a teacher. CSET is for credentials. Wrong thing.
I almost fought it want to be friend for some shit like that with my son. That's fair, yeah. Don't eat my lunch. Don't eat my lunch, or I'll eat you.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. Yeah. If
But
Dino
again,
doesn't eat lunch, Dino's gonna eat someone. It's fair.
There's no way for me to have known that because like
sure.
I just showed up, right? Like yeah, and I didn't really get to talk to that teacher all that much.
See, but this is the what I always found weird about teaching is that what's up, Shoto? You said yo. Please involve yourself in the conversation. We're happy to have you. Like the you can't have something like standardized tests, but also having like, well, every teacher can do what they want. You're like, no. There should be a very like you should be able to teach how you want, but it should be what you're supposed like because I've went into English classes and people are like, you should know all this, and I'm like,
but I don't. Yeah.
I don't know up, you know?
I'm teaching in a particular magnet, which is basically like this part of the school with this kinds of students are on a particular curriculum.
Okay.
So like I was told the things they're supposed to know by the end, and then they're just do that however you want, which is fine.
Yeah. So Nick, in your opinion, is it okay to play aggressive dodgeball with the kids? I think that should be the great equalizer at every single grade across the board. Well, think about it this way. Involve teach. Hey, we would have every year there would be a teachers versus seniors basketball game. And wildly, we had a few teachers that were like ridiculously tall, like 6'6", 6'8", but they were older and they weren't in great shape. But bro, they knew how to play ball. It was wild. But we also had a couple seniors that could dunk. And they like one guy, his name was Chris Hunter. And he actually surprised everybody because he was like 5'10", 5'11", maybe. And somebody gave him a little, so he was a guy, what's his name? Steve Crosscheck was on a kind of on a breakaway, I guess. The thing, he sees Chris Hunter, he alley-oops the ball, and everyone's like, what is he? And then Chris Hunter, bam! And everyone's like, what just happened? Like everyone lost their mind, right? So it's having a physical component at every level. Like my school didn't have a football team. There was very little focus on anything but accreditation. You're like, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong for your entire life, for your entire world. So aggressive dodgeball, absolutely. No headgear. Definitely have teeth guards though. I think that's fair.
I'm a proponent of dodgeball, but apparently California isn't cool with that, which like one of the few times I'm like, dude, come on. It's fine. Especially if you use those like squishy ones where they don't have a lot of mass. So when you throw them, they like curve. And you got to like learn to like snap your wrists so you get like a good.
That's a skill. That is a beneficial thing. Handling the unexpected. It turned. It shouldn't have. Oh my! Right?
Yeah. So like, my first year they had bombardment. They had like a student teacher dodgeball game my first year. And the second year they're like, we can't do that anymore. We're doing kickball. I'm like, fine.
Listen, launching a ball with your foot can still hit people in the face. And it's significantly worse. So,
well, they're like, don't kick it at anybody. I'm like, okay, fine. So I was like taking it to deep center every time, like trying to go for the home run.
Sure. Why not?
So at least it works that way.
What's donkey basketball?
What's donkey basketball? Interesting.
Cole, shouldn't it be BMs? I thought BMS was bowel movements. Just nice.
That's what I thought too. I just didn't want to say anything. I was
just
like,
I mean, comparable. No, so this is where like I think a lot of people don't realize how unexpected everything is. Like people have, because there's a great saying. It's like no plan survives meeting
contact
the
with the enemy.
Yeah,
And
it's
does
just that's
survive
just not.
contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
That is some Moltke, I think his name was, some German general in the Franco-Prussian War.
It is very painfully accurate. I've heard it
Good.
in historical stuff, in new stuff. It's across the board where you're going, you can only control
yourself
very little in your universe. And that's why, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I can't control what you say, but I can control how I react to it, right? And it really comes down to that. And that's why, like, something unexpected happens, I can't control the unexpected. I can control how I react and how I respond, right?
Aaron Burr taught us all that.
Play basketball on donkeys. It was outlawed by animals.
That sounds like the worst version of polo I've ever seen. And polo is pretty stupid too.
Or the best. I don't know. I mean, like, horses are a lot more like, look, donkeys may be stubborn. However, horses are dangerous and also a little bit crazy. So
yeah, there's the I sent you guys the horse girl video, right? Where it's like a parody of like a Billie Eilish song. And it's like how fun it is to be a horse girl. I'll send it to you later because
please do.
Yeah.
This is
trying to go to high school without the precursor years. You should have learned this in third grade. Okay, Miss Cindy, I didn't go to third grade. Now what? Okay, Cole. Like it sounds like he's joking, but like there are kids like that where it's just I didn't 100%. Learn this skill because I had a rough home life or I was sick or what, like any number of things. And there are times where you have to do what's called scaffolding, where you like put those things in place for kids who missed out on something or didn't grasp something to like get up there.
Yeah.
You can also scaffold up if they're a gifted kid.
Totally fair.
It's like, how do I make this more interesting?
Did Atlas just sneak in some Hamilton references?
Yes, I did.
Of course you did. A baby mama is a bowel movement syndrome. The way I lose my ass. It's poor man's polo. Listen, which it means it's going to be a lot more entertaining. Okay, totally fair.
Yeah, this is wait. What was the okay? So Donkey Basketball brought to you by Andrew Jackson. He would.
Who wouldn't? Come on, let's be reasonable. Let's see the wild part is handling unexpected things, like especially in school. Jesus, like there's always something new or crazy happening. Especially the fact is you have a whole bunch of raging hormoned youth, so they have not normal thinking. Also, you know, they're peak physicality. Some of them are still trying. I remember one guy who didn't hit his growth spurt until like grade 10, and he was like 4'6", and then when he hit his growth spurt, he's like, I'm 5'6", and I'm like, you're still little. It doesn't matter. It's not right. I was 6 foot in grade 9, 6'2" by the time I hit grade 11. Right, so I'm like, okay, it was weird. Autocorrect changed. Sydney for the record, and I wasn't joking. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about handling the unexpected? Like, what's the so whenever somebody tries to get me and I don't have a response, I go, okay, and just sure. And people get enraged by it, which I'm like,
when you say get you mean like burn?
Oh, why aren't you doing this?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Oh, how come you didn't do this? I don't know. Hey, have you thought about doing this? No. And like my quick response, like I explained this to my mother. So my mother is in her late 70s now, and I said to her, I'm like, listen, because she asked me some questions about financial stuff and everything, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I explained to her, and she goes, what about these kind of things? I'm like, listen, anytime, and I use this for across the board as best I can, is anytime someone's like, well, you have to act right now. No. Oh, you have to do it right now. No. Why? Because if it's the only way this can be successful, if I immediately act, tells me that you're not telling me something. That has been my experience.
Like, okay,
act
so
now or you'll lose your opportunity. I won't. I'm fine. Thank you.
When I was a kid, one of the things that drove me crazy was my dad saying the phrase, "I'll take care of it," because he would do that just to get you off his back, and then like he
Sure.
wouldn't do it 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
I'm doing the like I'm trying not to be like my dad thing. I don't know why I made myself sound like Elon Musk. Blech. So, but I try to like be proactive about stuff or be like, no, I'm on it. But then it's kind of made me a people pleaser. So I'm trying to find like that balance between, you
So,
know,
uh,
yeah.
I totally exactly understand what you're talking about, and something that I've been trying to, phase into my daily life is, if you can do it in 5 minutes, just do it right now. 5 minutes, do it right now. If it's gonna take longer than that, schedule it right now, right? So it's one of those things where you're like, "I can do it this day, I can do it this," like, because and, like, there's it's this weird thing where I think, en masse, people in general have started to not started, but we are full on into the overwhelmingness of existence and how that affects us, right? Because a lot of people's response is, "Well, I'm just gonna do whatever I want." You're like, "That's a mistake. Don't do that. That's because what you want is not thinking straight. That is not a helpful thing for you or anybody else, right?" And that's and then other people are like, "I'm just gonna follow my heart." Don't. Your heart's an idiot. Don't do that. Right? Like, so something I've been explaining to a friend of mine, she's been going through a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, you gotta understand. Like, I use a Star Trek analogy that has consistently helped people understand this, is that you have a ship, that's your body. It's built, it does stuff, it needs to be maintained. That's one. Then you have the computer. That is actually your brain. Okay. It can do whatever you ask it to, but it actually can't make a decision. Okay. And then you have you. You are the captain. You are the one in charge. So if you relinquish control to the computer's going to say, we're going to fly around in circles because that's safe and I can do that. No problem. Big deal. I can take everything all the time I need and do everything. Whereas if you don't take charge, if you don't give the computer instructions, it will never do anything. So we're in this weird thing where you're like, I'm going to follow my heart. Don't do that. Your heart's an idiot. You're like, well, my mind says that I should just sit at home and do. No, no, no. Your mind's an idiot as well. It wants to be safe, comfortable, and just get shot up with dopamine constantly. And it's this weird thing that, like, the amount of new knowledge we've gotten has come into play to try and, like, ha ha ha, you should be physical. We should have dodgeball in schools. Why? Why not? Just get, hey, a little bruise never killed anyone. Hasn't killed anyone, right? I don't think so.
I don't
I don't think so.
think so. I'm sure it's just like it's a lot to take when you're a kid, and yeah, it
Sure.
is.
But
So
that's
I
the
get it.
best time to be overwhelmed is, like, if you have the right support. Don't get me wrong. The best time to be overwhelmed is as a kid, because you can learn to do more. But
Mhm.
the important part is, like, having a stable family life, having people that love you, having people that want you to be better, right? Like, so
Yes, but not every kid has that, which I think they're just trying to like cover their bases with it, right?
I agree, but now we're, and that's the thing is, then the clear problem is that, not the other, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
it's there's so much weird stuff where, like, so FYI, we went, for my birthday, we went to number one, an escape room, which is very fun. It was at, like, so there's a place called Pioneer Black Creek Village, and it's just
Mhm.
like old timey type stuff.
Are,
Like,
are
they, yeah,
Is it like the South Park episode where they go to the Pioneer? Why it's 1864 and like never
yeah,
break character? Those people? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but it's an escape room, and it
Oh,
happens at night, and
awesome.
it's it was wild.
Oh,
Also found out, I'm like, we're a little bit dumb, and they're like, no, 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 you're not. You're doing great. I'm like, you're a
yeah.
liar. You're a very much
We
liar.
we did an escape room for my bachelor party, and
Yeah,
like I think we got 3/4 of the way through it.
yeah.
It
We
was fine.
almost we got all of the clues, but couldn't go get a thing. So
Uh it
it was really fun.
the whole theme for ours was like a casino, and me and my brother-in-law were separated from the rest of the group and locked in the office, so we had to like find the keys for the handcuffs in
Yeah,
the dark. And
yeah.
then you have to eventually like open the one-way mirror to the floor and like speak over the intercom to help them. But like it took us so long to find the goddamn handcuff keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so going into it, we a couple friend of ours and their daughter came, and so it was the five of us, and I was like, I always like to ask at escape rooms, I'm like, hey, is anything supposed to be broken? Because I'm like, this is the thing, is I'm like,
I may have hulked out and destroyed everything.
Well, this is the thing, is I'm like, I walk up to stuff and I'm like, hey, clearly this is the way, I'm just going to go that way. And people are like, nah, no, you got to figure out the clue. I'm like, I can't find a clue. I'm going through the wall. And they're like, don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm like, but other places have been like, yes, you have to break through that door. And I'm like, ha, that's my way, So
I love the idea of you winning escape rooms in the way they're not supposed to be won by just being the Kool-Aid man.
I mean, kind of works. Because we were like, you have to open this lock. And I'm like, or I could just break it. And they're like, don't break stuff. And I'm like, I'm sorry,
I'm using the tools I was given.
I mean, yeah. Child support only lasts 18 years. Spousal support never ends. Thanks, Jim.
Woof.
Appreciate that. Live free and prosper isn't the right reference. That is not the reference.
The
overwhelmed kids with no support become villains.
No, they become coal. That's
I mean, also kind of unkillable. Atlas would enjoy. Oh yeah.
I'm sure I would. Yeah.
It was the only problem was, so there weren't a lot of mosquitoes, but there were a lot of bugs because it was nighttime. So like we started at 8 and then the sun kind of fell at around 9 and we were done at 9:30. So like by 9 there was just bugs everywhere. Victoria had a cicada land on her chest and she's like, Aah! And I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it, no big deal. So,
oh god, so it's just loud, right? All the cicadas.
Oh yeah. But like it was a very there were a lot of mosquitoes. They were just and also to the couple and daughter that came with, they were all wearing shorts, and I'm like, thanks, because I was wearing a full tracksuit with a hood. I didn't get hit by anything. It was great. LAUSD needs dodgeball. Hopefully fans will switch from fights with weapons. I mean, listen, can you imagine though, like was it West Side Story, but it was dodgeball instead of a knife fight? Perfect. Sell tickets. It's great. That is genius.
When you're a jet.
Yeah. Boom, right? Just can you imagine someone going, when you're a jet, and then getting a dodgeball right to the face? Just, wow, right? Like,
that's great.
Yeah. I mean, listen, dodgeball is a solution to a lot of stuff, right? Like it's and very manageable. See, Jim, 100%. I mean, 100%. It could work. It could work.
Something else we were talking about that gave me an idea. Now I can't remember what it is. So we're going to think of something else, then it'll come back to me.
It's completely reasonable.
That's how the show works.
It's how the show works. That's fine. We went. I was going to say, with regards to kids not having support and stuff like that, we went and saw the movie. Do you like scary movies, or no? Katie likes scary movies. Katie likes scary movies.
We went to a horror themed coffee shop that's actually not too far from our apartment yesterday.
Yeah.
It was really good. But she was like, yay, spooky date. And I was like, okay. It is now officially Halloween season because August can go fuck itself. That's can. It's a terrible month. So if Christmas can go on for 2 months, then I can have Halloween season for 2 months.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a place called Stormcrow Manor, which is, it's not necessarily just scary, but it's all like nerd shit to the extreme. So I got this mug there, and when hot liquid is in this turns into Cthulhu, and it's fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
did they jump scare you while serving a mocha? No, like all the okay. So the walls were painted with like famous horror monsters, say like Chucky and Jaws and Cthulhu, like everything. Nice. Michael Myers, everybody, and all the drinks were like named after different horror monsters. Like there's the Candyman and Longlegs, and so on and so forth.
So that's the thing. So like we like scary movies in general, and like a lot of times if we see something too scary and we're at home, Victoria's like, I need to watch The Simpsons before we go to bed. I'm like, that's fine. That's totally good. Because Halloween makes me. That's fair. There you go.
What?
Yeah, Halloween's the greatest, man. And so we actually went and saw Weapons, which is a new movie. It's It is. It isn't.
That's the one where all the kids leave in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very. I believe it's a very original premise and a great story, but also it kind of shows how resilient some kids are and kind of stuff. Like one kid really goes through it, and you're just like, bro, that's the thing. Like it's this weird thing where like youth is definitely wasted on the young, but also like you kind of just figure it out. You like whatever system you're in, you just learn to roll with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's a weird like there's a certain at some point it makes you better, and then at some point where it tips, you're like, oh, now you're worse. That was too far, right?
the whole youth is wasted on the young thing, which we have said on the show before many
Yeah.
times. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that like youth is what makes the young young. That sounds like
Correct.
nothing, but what I mean is like
They have
the
to be.
the flexibility, the plasticity, the ability to adapt
Yeah.
is what allows you to be a kid, you know?
It's well, so even Katie might be watching this on Disney is the new Alien Earth show, and it's actually they're adding a lot of more context to the Alien universe.
Mhm.
Um, and one of the things is that one guy's working on transferring people's brains into a synthetic body,
Okay.
but he can only do it with kids because adult brains are too rigid. And you're like,
Right.
yeah, that's so it's this weird.
That's good storytelling. That's
It's
like
really good story. Like honestly,
internally consistent. Good stuff.
it's adding a lot more. I don't want to say context, but understanding of the alien universe. Because like you get some information, like even from watching Alien and Aliens, you're like,
Mhm.
who's Weyland Yutani? What is this? And right, and all these different
Yeah.
things, and you're going like, oh, this is how things piece together, right? And youth is
Yeah.
young because they are
Okay.
still retarded. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fair.
The thing that's wasted on the young isn't like the mental aspect of it, it's the cartilage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the knees. That's
yeah,
the part that's wasted on the young.
yeah. The knees, the inquisitive nature, the
Nope, that's
willingness to, like, yeah,
yeah. No,
those,
like again, that is like intrinsic to what makes someone a kid. The knees, the elbows, the ability to like
well, to heal from a break. Yeah, not my smooth brained ass getting captured by predator. That's yeah,
he would. He would.
no.
He's like he's the first or second to die.
I mean, you know what though? He would be the first or second to disappear and then show up at the end and be like, where have you guys been? I've been by myself in a hole over there. What happened? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it would
He is
like do the
unkillable.
thing where he looks stupid and then it goes all the way back around to smart because he does the
Yeah,
Occam's
yeah.
razor thing of like just hide in the hole. It's fine.
Yeah, well, it's have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods, the newer one,
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth? And the kid who smokes a lot of weed is like, "Bro, this is fine." And you're like, "What the
yeah.
fuck?" Right?
It's one
Yeah.
of my favorite like that and Zombieland are horror movies that I like, but Katie hates them because
Oh.
comedy. She doesn't like horror comedy, just
I,
horror.
yeah,
Yeah.
I so there's extra information on the Cabin in the Woods that kind of gives you a better understanding of the grandeur
Mhm.
of their universe that they're operating in, and you're like, it's a very cool type thing. But like that's the thing is that that's what I always loved humor
Let's
is
write a
because
horror film.
it's
Fucking
really
I'm gonna have Katie sub in for me because I
I
can't.
have a few.
Yeah.
I am working on them currently, sir.
Mm.
Um, the whole idea is that like I always find humor and horror are actually very comparable because it's about the surprise, right?
Surprise. Yeah.
The horror surprise makes you want to pee because you're afraid for your life. The funny surprise makes you want to
Makes
pee
you
because it's so
pee.
funny, right?
Yeah.
And like I can listen, I've made people poop their pants. I got that part. And now I'm trying to make people pee their pants through humor. It's yeah.
Huzzah. I
Yeah, yeah.
while we're on the writing aspect, I'm not going to share it on this show, but uh, last week, for the first time in my life, I accidentally took my seizure meds twice, and how that happened was I took it, and then it was empty for the week, so I filled up all the little boxes, and then 3 hours later, I was in the bathroom getting something, and I was like, "Oh, it looks like I haven't taken it." So I took them, and then remembered that I took them, and I was like, "What happens if you take it twice?" Because I've been on seizure meds for 15 years now, and I've never done this before. It turns out, have you ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
I have not. I've been, but yes.
Okay. Have you seen the scene where they're on expired Quaaludes and they're all like, it's that basically.
A fugue
So
state.
kind of. So I was like floaty and very and I wanted to go to bed, but also I had never like been in this state of mind before, even with other drugs. Like
double seizure meds give you seizure.
Yeah, a negative times a negative is a positive. No. So I was like, I'm gonna write something. So I sat down and just banged out a flash fiction. And for those who don't know, it is not people showing their bits to other people. It's like a very short story, like 750 to 1,000 words.
Right.
And then I went to sleep. And then I sent it to Dino the next morning because I was like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "This is the worst thing I've ever read."
Yeah. So it was written very well. Structure was great. It was a well structured story. However, it was kind of like someone telling you a story about the worst possible thing in the universe, and I'm just like,
Gotcha.
this is not
the premise was the flawed part, which I'm okay with.
Yes, everything else was great. It was, you had a little bit of mystery, a little bit of plot development, a little bit of an understanding of the world we're living in. However, the premise itself was, I'm like, this is you should burn this. This is not for anyone.
Well, I'm curious because I sent it in the group chat with you, me, and Joey from Story Table Degenerates, and I told you what the premise was, and I didn't tell Joey what the premise was.
Yes.
And I'm curious to see what he thinks because
Joey can't read though, so it's a little tricky on that one. Joey,
anyway, I made the best of a interesting situation. I think because it was like an hour and a half that I wrote that, and then went to sleep hard. Like head hits the pillow, I'm out.
Just eat less popcorn and you won't need to pee. I don't know what that popcorn makes you pee.
Makes you pee. Yeah.
Now we have an experiment. See this, and I want to be very clear. Yeah, I mean, I want to be very clear about this. Is I told Atlas, I'm like, listen, if you finish this, people will love this. None of those are good things. Like this is essentially, I was trying to stop Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey from being completed. Like that, I was like, this isn't going to help anyone. Don't do this. Don't do this. The world is bad enough as it is. We don't. It's tricky. It's a tough one.
Of my favorite Characters Welcome for like Characters Welcome is a YouTube channel where they do sketches.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, if Bella from Twilight had any friend at all. And she's like, no, don't go out with the vampire. He sparkles in the sunlight. I get it. It's not a good idea.
Cole says, more salt, more drink, more pee. Read a book. Listen, sir, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but in the before times, when I was what's called a young person, we would try and hold it for the movie. But movie drinks were getting larger and larger. And then they're like, if you get a large, you get a free refill. Okay. And you know me, I'm like, a free refill? Oh, that's twice as much. I'll get that. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Because I would finish one drink before we even started, go get a refill, drink that. I would have to waddle to the bathroom. The longest pee I ever had was like a minute and 13 seconds. And I swear to God, it definitely damaged my bladder. There's no question.
That's longer than the pee in League of Their Own, where Tom Hanks, it's like 50 something seconds or something.
Yeah. It was not good. I was lucky I was young, because if I wasn't, I may have died.
Yeah. What's funny is like movie theaters now, I don't know how if it's like this in Canada, but in the US, they'll give you the cup and the soda machines are like over there. So technically they're like only larges get refills. They don't give a shit. So you just go do that with the small.
See, and this is
which is already huge.
There's so we used to go to exclusively to VIP theaters where they have like a little table that comes out, and I lost enough weight that I could actually turn the table out and eat.
Oh.
And then they would have, and they would bring you food. They would bring you booze, all the things.
Like an Alamo Draft House type deal, right?
So, but now we go to a place that's outside of the city because every chair is a full recliner, which I'm like, bro,
that's the good stuff.
And they have a separate one where so you can get a premier seat, which is actually so it actually has walls around your two seats. Then it has a little table, and the seats are heated. And I'm telling you, bro,
I don't think I need a heated seat for the movies because that would just make me sleepy, which I don't want.
It's not for men, it's for the ladies. They love it. And they encourage you can buy a blanket or bring your own blanket and use it. And which you're like, listen, women love having a heated seat and a blanket. That this is because they crave the heat of hell. This is what women want, right? It's the same thing with the lava shower. It's just, yeah.
I keep a blanket in my classroom along with a pillow for if I want to nap during my prep period. But apparently, so like last year, the way that my classroom was laid out, I could hide my little mini fridge behind my desk and it just looked like, another table or something. Now my desk is like, you can see it directly from the door. So you can't do it as well. So what I ended up doing was I took my blanket and put it on top it's like a magician's table or something. So far, I haven't been found out. We'll see if that keeps going. But
shenanigans.
Yeah,
you've lost enough weight that you can actually eat. The world is
well, because the way you lost most of your weight was intermittent fasting, right?
Yeah. Well, intermittent and long fasting. So like I even now like. So the amount of food that I've eaten this week. So today we're going out for lunch and then we're going to go see. So Shin Godzilla is back in theaters up here. They're doing a promotion for it. And we never saw it back in the day. So I'm like, we're going to go see it. So because Victoria's like, it's just still your birthday week. And I'm like, hey, let's go. So we're going to go for lunch and then go see that. And I'm like, yeah, and after that, I'm probably not going to eat for like 4 or 5 days because I'm dying right now. I'm bringing a blanket and a lady. I'm getting perked off. 100% would have made Jurassic Park so much. So this is the thing you need to understand, that they have cameras in the theater watching you. So don't do that. Don't touch each other. Wildly inappropriate. I have lost 80 pounds. Good for you. Awesome, Jim. Yeah. So I'm right now I'm sitting around 3 bills, which means I've lost like 250 pounds, but like I need to drop like 100 pounds because I'm still fat. I'm a acceptable amount of fat to be in public, but I still feel fat and I want to get small. And then I'm going to have a ridiculously large head. It should be funny. But hey, who knows? Yeah. This has been fun. This has been a very enjoyable episode. We talked about all sorts of shenanigans. The last
it was terrible. I always wonder, like,
it was just all bad decisions.
So at the AMC, where you have Nicole Kidman coming in, like that's how you know it's time to put away your phone. Nicole Kidman is here.
Yeah,
the movie is starting. But she's always like sitting down to see Jurassic World. I'm like, that's not really much of a like where she's talking about the splendor and grandeur of the movies. I'm like, that's like it was okay. I really don't think I would be showing that as the movie she's going to watch, No.
Do you remember when THX was a thing? So like you would sit down and be like, and you're just like it's cameras in the theater. Yeah. So they have night vision cameras now pointing at the audience to make sure people don't jizz on everything. I'm keeping some extra weight so I don't have to right now. Okay. So I had to have this conversation with somebody else where I'm like, bro, I had to like change 90% of my material because it was mostly all fat guy stuff. Yeah. And now I'm like, I've made jokes and people are like, that's not funny. And I'm like, it's hilarious. They're like, no, you're not fat enough to do that. I'm like,
yeah.
I am grandfathered, sir.
Yeah. I had something like that where like a lot of my jokes when I was first starting out are like, I'm under 21. And then once I turned 21, I was like, wow, these aren't funny anymore because I'm 21.
Yeah.
And because there was like a novelty to it that like you're here and you're 17. Damn. Like, that quits being interesting after college. Have you seen the new immersive movie experience in Asia? The screen is the entire wall and it's supposed to scare the shit out of you. I don't know, like
the
that and the
guy who
whole Vegas
voices
sphere thing doesn't really do it for me.
the guy who voices Doofenshmirtz. Is that her name? Yeah.
What's his name? Povenmire.
Great hair.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe. So he was like, we went and saw The Matrix, and essentially what they've done. So you have the movie, and then the background of the movie is moving as well behind it. So it's kind of like a planetarium type thing. It looks really neat. I definitely want to try. Is it close to you, you son of a bitch? That theater? It's in LA. No, it's experiencing the screen is the entire wall. It's supposed to scare the shit out of you since it's so close. Oh, it's not. No, it's in Asia.
But, we have IMAX. I've been IMAX before, but the thing Victoria's talking about, no, we don't. Yeah,
IMAX though isn't like IMAX. So IMAX used to be like, it was like the seats were actually like really like that, and like the screen you'd actually be really close, and they would curve it and stuff like that. Now you're like, it's a bigger screen, but it's not that.
I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith in IMAX when that came out.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. Because when I was a kid, all I cared about in Star Wars were the lightsaber fights. How good is the lightsaber fight?
Absolutely.
If it's good, I like the movie. And Revenge of the Sith has the best lightsaber fights in the whole series.
Yes.
By far. And there's multiple of them. So I was like, this is awesome. I'm 11 or whatever.
Yeah. And also, too, that has the scene where the war on Coruscant, where it's just layers and layers of ships fighting, and you're like, yeah, you want that as big as humanly possible. Like, it's that was one of the cool things where, like, you find out all the little things in the background. Like, I actually have I gotta build it. It's a dark Falcon, so it's the Millennium Falcon, but all black, and it comes with a Darth Jar Jar. So it's Jar Jar Binks,
cool.
which was an actual plot, and then
they planned that, and then they scrapped it, right?
Because it also comes with a white. It comes with a white Darth Vader, which I do have, like a 12-inch white Darth Vader. It's pretty cool.
But I love the idea of like they just ship you a normal Millennium Falcon and then like a can of black spray paint or something. Figure it out.
I mean, it maybe happened, but. Anyways, well, this has been a very enjoyable conversation, sir. I think
the question for the comment section, or the people listening to this after on your Spotifys and your YouTubes and all that, what is your greatest improvisation that turned out to work? What is your greatest adaptation on the fly that you can't believe stuck the landing? Drop it in the comments below, or leave us a review on your streaming app of choice. At Generation Dan, wherever fine social medias are found. You can also find me at Atlas Novack, wherever fine social medias are found, like TikTok and Instagram or Blue Sky. And check out my other show, Nexus at Night, which is about the trading card game Card Fight Vanguard. If that's not your thing, I completely understand. Every Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. How about you?
I am, as always, Dino the Genetic Marvel. Please follow me on social media. I'm documenting my daily fun and excitement, as well as cooking. I'm cooking a lot, and I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Plus, we have all sorts of shows where we talk about mental health, we talk about life, we talk about history, we talk about generational differences. We also do a cooking show on Saturdays. So come check us out everywhere, and just don't come over. I'm cleaning or doing something. Just leave me alone. That's fine. You can see me on the internet, though, wherever you want. And that's that. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, or when this airs on Friday. And we will be back very soon. All right?
Bye, folks.